So, Formula One, the Brazilian Grand Prix 2025. I'm very repetitive. Every time I start a video, I say, so, Formula One, the Brazilian Grand Prix, the Mexican Grand Prix. I mean, but yeah, um, as Lando Norris wins again and 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 keeps winning and winning and winning and keeps performing well and well and well. Amazing. Brilliant performance. I'm singing right now or something like that. But again, what a sensational performance from him, from Max Verstappen and from Lando Norris and from Kimi Antonelli. All of them were absolutely exceptional. Not only those three, by the way. Oliver Behrman was exceptional. Lawson was fantastic. Hulkenberg getting the points. Gasly a point. All of the drivers were brilliant. This race, and this race clearly delivered. It clearly delivered. You look at the first lap. Bortolotto got like kind of squeezed out of the, not squeezed, but like got blocked by Stroll, giving him no space, and it forced Bortolotto to be crashed. And then safety car comes, and then the restart where Piastri crashed into the back of Antonelli, which led to the Antonelli crashing into the back of Leclerc. What do I think about this incident? And after this one, Piastri got a 10-second time penalty, and Leclerc puncture exploded when Antonelli hit him because Piastri hit Antonelli, and Leclerc out of the race. What do I think of this penalty and the in general the incident? The general incident, firstly, I mean Oscar Piastri was desperate. You can clearly see that was desperate from Oscar. What was he doing? I have no idea. Crashed into the back of, and by the way, that's worse than what Lando did in Singapore, where it was okay, it was fine. It's not like he put him in the wall, but you know, I've not heard many people criticize Piastri for that. Whereas they criticized Lando for going a move on Piastri in Singapore. But anyway, what was Piastri doing? I have no idea. I mean, why you like at least like be patient. Be patient. Just wait for the moment. Yes, I understand. Antonelli giving you no space, but be patient. And you locked up, and you had to avoid the collision. It's not. And by the way, it's not only Piastri's fault. It's also Antonelli's fault because you have to give him space. He was in his mirror, Antonelli. You have to give him space. And he locked up. Tried to avoid a collision, even though it was a mistake from Piastri's side. It was also a mistake from Antonelli's side, and led to crash into the back of Antonelli, Piastri, and Antonelli crashed into. So I think the fault is from both drivers, Piastri and Antonelli. And Piastri deserved the penalty. However, I would say Antonelli also deserved the penalty. I think both the drivers deserved it. Leclerc is not even in this discussion. He was unlucky. I think it's a racing incident, but at the same time, clearly drivers are responsible for what they did. Piastri is responsible, and Antonelli is responsible. Who's more responsible? Is it Piastri or Antonelli? I would say Antonelli. If you look at the general, the incident is Antonelli, but in terms of like personal side and etc., and for the importance of the championship, etc., it's Piastri, because he was a bit desperate. You have to say he was a bit desperate. It's the first lap on the restart. It's the fifth lap. Why be patient? Be patient and play the long game, and instead he didn't. So, and it showed that the problems that Oscar Piastri has been having since after Monza, problems like crashing, crash again the other cars, Antonelli, which led to Antonelli crashing into Leclerc. Lots of crashes he made, Baku, Austin sprint, Brazil sprint. Got super bullied by Lando in the first lap in Singapore. He's been very, very woeful, very poor. That in his last, if I'm not mistaken, in his last 7 races, and I'm including the sprints, by the way, 5 races and 2 sprints, 0 podiums. My God, how bad can you be? I understand drivers can have a blip and a poor run of form. They can be not winning for 4 or 5 races, for example, but to not even score a single podium. not even a single podium, and quarter of those races or a half of those races came from DNFs. Like, you can't even score one single podium in the fastest car. Not even one single podium. Come on, my friend. Like, very poor from him. And again, he's been making silly. He's again and makes another silly mistake, and it cost him points. It cost him for the championship. Hamilton. By the way, there was also something happened to Hamilton because his flexi wing and the wings got completely destroyed, and he had to box. But still, he retired again. Bad day for Ferrari, double DNF, but it's not a surprise with the way Ferrari's been performing this season. Verstappen got a puncture though in lap 7, lap 8, and he had to box. And then the race continued. The virtual race safety car because of what happened, Leclerc, Antonelli, and Piastri. And the race continued. Piastri deserved to get a penalty, but I think Antonelli should have also got something as well, in my opinion, because he was also responsible for that incident. And yeah, Lando, all the teams were trying to, they were making 2-stop strategy, 3-stop, maybe 3 stops as Red Bull did. But it's not easy because Lando was a deserving winner. He deserved to win, and he was expected to win, but also it was not 100% straightforward because the pace of Red Bull was very, very strong, and Brazil safety cars, strange things can happen, and you have to pit at the right time and pick the right strategy. And McLaren did that really well with Lando, and Lando controlled the race fantastically well, winning over 10 seconds over Kimi Antonelli. But another brilliant performance from him once again, and surely he's going to win the championship. Surely he's going to win the championship. I mean, 24 points clear of Oscar Piastri, 49 points of Max Verstappen. He's in an absolute incredible run of form right now. Amazing performance, another amazing performance, another dominant performance. He's in unstoppable form right now, and there's no doubt he's going to win the championship. There's absolutely no doubt. I mean, he's been performing like a lion after this summer break, like an absolute lion. In the last 8 sessions, and and that involves practice, sprint qualifying, and race. In the last 8 sessions, free practice 3 in Mexico, qualifying race in Mexico, free practice 1 in Brazil, sprint qualifying in Brazil, sprint in Brazil, qualifying in Brazil, race in Brazil. All of those sessions he's come in first position. I think he came first position in free practice 3 in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. I think he did that, yeah. I think I might be wrong, but I think he finished first in free practice 3 in Mexico. I might be mistaken. Yeah, he did finish first. So in the last 8 sessions, whether it's practice or whatever, he's finished first position. Incredible, absolutely incredible. And people say, oh, but he has the fastest car, oh, he should win all the time, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. Piastri also has the fastest car, and Piastri was also leading 34 points ahead of Lando Norris. And again, people were saying it earlier in the season that when Piastri was doing well and Lando was not bad, but he was not at his best. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, the championship is done. Piastri is going to win it easily. Piastri is the better driver." I mean, I'm sorry, but in Formula One you don't win championships in May, June, and July. You win championships in November and December. Nobody gives a damn what you do early in the season, right? It's about what you do in the business end of the season. When the pressure rises, when the business end of the season comes, and when the pressure rises, and when it matters the most, more than ever, this is where you have to deliver. And right now, Lando has massively delivered, whereas Oscar Piastri has been absolutely bottling it, and he's been crumbling under pressure. So, and for the people, saying Lando has been crumbling under pressure, etc., he crumbles under pressure, I should say. Well, there you go. This is the guy he crumbles under pressure? No. Absolutely superb. I mean, he's handling the pressure well, and the way he's responding to the media questions, I love the way he's responding. You can clearly see some journalists are trying to put him down, but the way he's responding, I said it after the Mexico Grand Prix, he's creating a siege mentality. He's creating a siege mentality. And I said it, and I said it again. I love Lando how he's making everybody look stupid. who doubted them in the last 5, 6 months. You win, like I said, you win championships in November, December, not May, June, July. The way Lando's been performing in the last couple, has been acting the last couple of months. He's been creating siege mentality, and that's a pattern of the great ones, which helps him to rise their level of performance. Lewis Hamilton used to do it. Senna used to do it. Max used to do it. Schumacher used to do it. So I think Lando is in an unstoppable form right now, and he should win the championship. And I would love him to see. Honestly, I would like to see Max Verstappen win the championship as well, because it would be a great comeback, a great story. But if Lando wins the championship as well, I would also love it to see the meltdown, to see everybody be in absolute pain and to be so upset. Oh, honestly, amazing. But again, amazing. I'm impressed with his mentality. Like he's been like creating siege mentality, and you saw it. You saw it after the race. In interview, he was saying how interviewer asked him how have you been performing well in this couple of races, etc. And he's saying by ignoring the amount of crap a lot of people talks. And listen, he has the right to say it because the way he's been performing. Yes, a lot of people were talking crap, Lando. You're right. And then in the press conference, the interviewers were saying, "Oh, why are you not saying you're the favourites, etc." And he's like, "Yeah, but I'll say whatever you like, just like whatever you say you like." So, I love Lando how he's playing to the media. I love how he's handling the media. He is, I love it. I like the way he's doing it. Amazing, fantastic. He's not only he's doing well on track, he's doing well off track, responding to the media. He's been creating a siege mentality. He's like, you want to put me down? You think I'm going to fail? Okay, watch this. Watch this, you pussios. But others, I love how Lando is doing it. I love it. I love how he's handling everybody, the questions, the pressure, and having dig at some people and his haters. I love it. And people don't like that he said that Red Bull are the fastest car and McLaren don't have the fastest car. Listen, I mean, he's playing mind games in the media. And listen, I don't 100% agree with what he said, but at the same time, it's smart as well because he's playing mind games in the media. So, yeah, he's not 100% right, but but in the media, when obviously you want to avoid pressure, maybe it's the smartest thing to do. So, but yeah, Lando is in absolute phenomenal form right now, and I think when he wins the championship, which he should, I don't want to jinx anything, he will deserve it. He's been the most consistent driver all season, gotten the most podiums, joint most wins with Piastri because he's now tied on wins with Piastri. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if Lando wins the championship before Abu Dhabi. He's now 24 points clear of Piastri, and he could win the championship in Abu Dhabi before Abu Dhabi. He just, and Las Vegas, I know McLaren struggled a lot, but he just has to finish above Oscar, and then in Qatar, he can win it. He can win it. So, yeah, I mean, the way he's been performing, I wouldn't be surprised if he wins the championship in Qatar. I wouldn't be surprised because he's been in a phenomenal run of form, and Oscar has been a terrible run of form. Antonelli, a great performance for him once again. Second in the sprint qualifying, second in the sprint, second in qualifying, second in race. A bit like Arsenal. But great performance from him, fantastic. Defended Verstappen well quite in the last couple of laps, despite Verstappen had fresh tyres. Great performance from him. Verstappen, what a drive, man! You can never count him out. The guy's an absolute monster. What a drive! What a drive! What a performance! What a driver! What a drive! What a man! Honestly, what a man! What a great, amazing. Yes, he had a bit of luck with people crashing, etc. But you make your own luck at the same time. The more you work, the more luck you get. As LeBron James or Michael Jordan or one of those basketball players said that. So, amazing drive. Once again, absolutely unstoppable. However, I've heard people say why he didn't stay out for when he was in his first position because the tires difference between him and Lando was like 7-8 laps older. I understand why, because if let's say Lando was Lando was gaining on Max over a second of a lap, I think in lap 35 or something like that, or 40, something like that. So I understand why they didn't. I think they should have tried like 2 or 3 more laps. But I think when they saw Lando gain a second on Verstappen, they reacted quickly. Because I think if they know if they had waited more, they maybe they could have lost like third position, maybe even fourth position. So maybe I think they that's why they pitted Verstappen a bit earlier. Um, Maybe I think they should have tried to stay for more laps, but I understand why at the same time. So yeah, but great drive, amazing drive from Verstappen, great drive for Berman, another quality performance for him, great performance for V Cup. So yeah, and a great Brazilian Grand Prix. I really enjoyed it, and Interlagos never fails to deliver. So that's it, guys. Thank you. I wish you a nice day. See you next time, and goodbye.